Today I'm going to show you how I'm using the almost magical air layering propagation technique to multiply my plants. You guys want to see some baby birds?
Yeah! Yeah!
These birds hatched out in the barn. I want to show them to you. They're really, really cute.
Wow.
Come on.
Pick apple and... No. Why? Because you're not allowed to, right?
I thought these were barn swallows, but someone corrected me in the comments. They're eastern phoebes. And they're beautiful. They soar like barn swallows. There they are. A whole nest full of birds. Don't touch them at all. Don't touch. See them? How many are there?
2. Wow.
Cool, huh?
Hi.
The mama bird is right out here in the tree. You can hear her. She's probably concerned that we're near the nest. So we're going to get our animal food and get out of the barn and let her come in. I think I'll leave the camera though and try to film her coming in.
What's that?
You came right up to greet me, huh? What are you doing out of the fence? There's Donald, our guard goose. I'm putting a video on Patreon about the advantages and kind of the untold disadvantages of having a guard goose and keeping a guard goose with chickens. The reason I keep promoting Patreon is because I'm trying to kind of diversify our income, and I love the model of YouTube where it's hundreds or thousands of people contributing a small amount. On YouTube it's just by watching videos. On Patreon it's by like pledging a small monthly donation. That's why I love the Patreon model, because there's lots and lots of people supporting something that they really believe in. Our broody duck is off the nest. I'm peeking at her eggs. I've checked out this nest over and over, but it's really exciting today because this is the first day I would expect it would be possible for those eggs to hatch. So I expect them to hatch in the next 3 days, if they're gonna hatch at all. Make sure it all goes through.
Yeah, all went through.
All right, good work. We've had a nice mix of rain recently, and it's getting a little muddy down here in Pigland. I wanted to correct something that I told you. I told you that we had piglets due like a week ago. I said, oh, we have piglets due in 2 weeks. That's not true. That's what Brianna told me, and she wrote it on her calendar wrong somehow. My calendar says it's about 3 weeks from today that piglets are due. We're starting to get ready. We've got new hay bedding in this inside area. My plan is to keep the mother pig in this area and move everybody else out when she has piglets. That cat is trying to rescue that cat. I don't think that cat's really stuck. I think she's just making noise. See, look. It's coming down.
He just jumped out. Is he that way funny?
Yeah.
Oh, kitty!
There you go. Being noisy up there. The kittens are doing great. They're staying in the barn at night, and then in the daytime they're starting to roam out a little bit more as they get older. The dogs are doing great with the cats.
Did she put this on?
I'm looking at the root system on this grape plant here, and the roots just look great. Take a peek at this. Look at all those roots in there. Okay, backtrack. What is air layering? This is new to a lot of people. It's not a new technique by any means. What you do is you tie a bag of soil or potting mix around a scored section of a root-prone plant or vine. This is my grapevine. This is my favorite grapevine. These green grapes, though, when they're ripe, are amazing. What I'm gonna do here is actually cut this grapevine. I'm separating this new plant from the mother plant. Bam, it's done. I hope I didn't do it too soon. Here's the new grape plant. We got a root ball down here at the bottom with a bunch of roots. 1 2-year-old section of vine with some new growth, and then a whole big new sprout up here. I'm in the garden, and I'm going to plant this grapevine on this tri-post corner fence bracing system. I'll need to put wires or something across the top of these posts and make kind of a little arbor. My vision for the yard is just filling everything out with vines and plants. So now my favorite grape, it won't be all the way down there, but it will be here and maybe over there. Why do I call this propagation method magical or almost magical? Well, it's because to propagate these types of plants from woody cuttings or green cuttings, you have to get roots. If your cuttings, though, don't grow roots, you won't have a plant. When you're using cuttings, you have to limit the size of your cutting because you're only going to start with a few hairs of roots to hydrate and support the plant. So you have to really start with a tiny plant. But with air layering, your whole plant is connected to the mother plant until you choose to cut it, like today. And so you can just take your time and grow a lot of roots. I'm using some zip ties just to secure this vine so it doesn't move. Interestingly, most of my roots grew not from the spot on the vine that I'd scored, but from kind of these nodes at the base of the green shoot. I'll show you. There's these little white nodes, like right here. There's 3 of them right there, and there's 1 here. I'm using this sawdust, honestly, largely to keep the grass from coming through the fence. So I'm pushing the sawdust through the fence some. And also just to remind everyone to watch out for this little grape plant. The last thing I need to do, I kind of hate to do it, but I know it's for the best, is prune the plant. Basically, we have too much plant for those roots. It's kind of the same problem as with cuttings, but here we're dealing with more roots, so we can have more plant in the end. Look at this duck behind me. It was eating grape leaves. Last, I'm just gonna water this plant, even though it's been raining and raining and raining. Gotta make sure it stays hydrated until more roots can grow. And hopefully this will be my first successful propagation of my favorite grapes. Well folks, this has been another great day on the homestead. Thank you for joining us. If you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe. We have a ton of great videos about our homesteading journey. we'll see you all really quite soon.